Hi everyone, Rosemary from Rosemary Astrology. I wanted to talk about Neptune moving into Aries. It's a video I wanted to do for a long time. I've really been thinking about this for a long time in terms of what that's going to look like for all of us. And I think it is going to be a remarkable shift because Pisces is the last sign of the chart related to the 12th house, very, very much dissolution of boundaries. Everyone is one. Pisces tends to see much more sameness from one person to another as opposed to difference. And Aries, of course, the first sign, the alternation between signs is always quite marked. We change elements, we change modality. And to me, though, the one from Pisces to Aries is extremely marked. We're going back to self-individualism. And I don't mean that in a bad way. There's no any good or bad. We need all these energies. But it is just from Pisces to Aries to me is one of the most marked shifts as opposed to anything else like from Taurus to Gemini or Gemini to Cancer. Let me give you the dates first. And I think I'll put them up on screen. You can screenshot them, shot them. So Neptune from the 30th of March 2025 to the 22nd of October 2025 is going to make a first move into Aries. From the 22nd of October to the 26th of January 2026, Neptune goes back into Pisces on the retrograde, finishes up what he has to do there. And from the 26th of January 2026 to the 21st of May 2038, so we're looking at 12 years, he is going to be in Aries. And I have been thinking about this for the last few months. The energy I get, the image I keep getting is that idea of end of the influencer. I titled it that in a very somewhat general way, but that idea of end of that veil, or even I would say in some cases that deception. Let me just talk briefly what Neptune is about, Pisces and Aries, and then you'll be able to understand probably what we're in for. Neptune follows Uranus in our solar system. Uranus follows Saturn. Neptune is the second to last planet. So it's Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Remember, Saturn is all about structures, boundaries, limits, very down to earth, very defined, very real, very slow, likes to build. Uranus comes along and says, okay, I've learned to play by the rules. I've learned all that. I need some freedom. Let's blow out those boundaries, those limitations. Let's try something else. Then Neptune comes along and completely dissolves them. There's that idea of everything as one with Neptune, no limits, no boundaries. Wherever Neptune has been transiting for the last 12 years in your chart, whatever house Pisces shows up for you, depending on your sun or your rising. And I do talk about that in the monthly astrology, and we will talk about it more sign by sign in the monthly astrology. There has probably been an idea the last several years or a feeling that everything's all over the place. There's a lack of limits. Things come in and come out. That idea of lack of clarity, things come into view and then they go out again. It's like a mirage. It's hard to seize on. Remember, Neptune was the god of the seas in mythology, Poseidon in Greek mythology. So think of water, when something is underwater, it's hard to see exactly where it is. I don't know if you've ever dropped something like in a lake or an ocean and you go to pick it up and you wind up reaching beside it because the water, that ripple effect, nothing is clear exactly, that otherworldliness effect. The good side of Pisces, of Neptune, of course, is very much that dissolution of boundaries, compassion, spirituality, inspiration, that oneness, and of course that idealism that comes with Neptune as well. An ideal, of course, is always out of reach, right? It's a vision, it's an idea, but it's something that we don't necessarily attain. Also, remember, if I sound like I'm saying the same thing sometimes, Neptune is the modern ruler of Pisces, so has been very, very strong there those last 12 years, can really, weave his illusions. Neptune also relates to motion pictures, so you get that idea of reality that isn't reality. Anesthesia was first used when the same year Neptune was discovered. So again, that idea of other worlds, where do we go when we're we're asleep, when we're under anesthetic, when we do, the type of work that allows us to be elsewhere, get these, creative inspirations, or just a dream work, that otherworldliness of Neptune. The downside, though, of Neptune is irreality, right? The idea of blur, of even deception, confusion. Neptune, as I said, has been very strong there. The idea of the collective, all is one. And I've been getting the feeling we have long had that idea of collective deception, or the collective being veiled. That idea of illusion. Remember, at the same time, we've had Pluto and Capricorn, right? People at the top, people that um, hold sway because they have a lot of money, they have a lot of power. It also relates to governments, the idea of a lot of influence, if I can put it that way. Hence the idea of, influencers or people that hold a lot of sway. When Neptune moves into Aries, this is very much the self, the individual. Remember, the first house is also our appearance. It's our physical appearance. It's that online image. It's the face we present to the world. When Neptune shifts to there, I think that idea of being able to create an illusion is going to be now available to everyone. And I am tying this in with Pluto now in Aquarius. People power, power to the people at the bottom of that pyramid. Uranus moving into Gemini, sort of back and forth in 2025, landing there for good in 2026. A lot of technological innovation, a lot of, forward-thinking, futuristic things in terms of communication, whatever is media, whatever is internet. We ourselves are going to have these alternate images, these alternate personas. Online, we're going to be able to have a plethora of images. If you don't already have more than one account on a platform, more than one email, a burner account, you're probably one of the few people left. Most everyone has that, just for various reasons. It's not because we're, all weird stalkers, but just for various reasons. You might have, I hear people say, my other YouTube channel, I have 3 YouTube channels. I have more than one Instagram account. I paint. I do have an account dedicated just to my art. But we get that idea, before this was reserved to only a select few. And the appearance they could give, the image they could present, again, that idea of collective veil, now it is going to be available to everyone, and especially with AI. You can construct anything with AI. I see all these videos of famous people. There's a lot going around of Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Why I'm seeing those, I guess, because they get millions and millions of views and they just pop up on my feed. But these AI videos of them doing all sorts of things, you could show yourself walking through this, futuristic world with, your pet tiger by your side, and nothing is going to be unavailable anymore. And that idea of illusion is going to fall away because we're all going to be able to do it ourselves. And I already look at what's going on. You can publish your own book. You can put out your own music. There's no more relying on these gatekeepers type of thing. There's no more these people, weaving this illusion to the rest of us. We're all going to be able to do that ourselves. And alternately, while we don't really believe anything anymore, there was a time when everything was very fantastic. Oh, wow, that's so cool. Or, oh, wow, that person looks so great. She looks so beautiful. Wow, they're taking beautiful trips. And then you discover, that background is fake. They're using a filter. Now they're using AI. So that idea that nothing is real anymore, somebody much younger than me showed me an account online of someone, and my first reaction seeing this person was, oh my gosh, she has such beautiful skin. This woman had flawless skin, young woman, early 20s. And the person showing me this just went, oh, come on, it's a filter. Like, what's wrong with you, old person? But again, that idea that nothing is real, what is that is going to mean to us when everything we look at, we think nothing is real? I don't know. Maybe there's going to be a need to have what is real, to know what is confirmed as real. But there's going to be very, very much that ease of manufactured images for everyone. So when someone like an influencer, a celebrity, or even like, again, those people that sat at the top of the pyramid, especially while Pluto was in Capricorn, which ended November 19th of 2024 for good. That idea of being able to weave an illusion isn't going to be there anymore. We're just going to look at it and say, hey, I can do that too. I can make myself look perfectly beautiful too. I can put myself in this wonderful scenery or background too. I can have all these alternate online personas as well. And more we see that, people are showing to choose up with an avatar or some sort of persona that isn't exactly them, backed up again by Jupiter finishing up in Gemini by mid-June. Jupiter will move into Cancer, but Uranus moving into Gemini for 7 or 8 years. And of course, Pluto and Aquarius, big shift. Part of that big shift to fire signs and air signs. Things are going to go much faster. So that is what I wanted to talk about. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like I said, it's something that's been going through my mind for a long time. And again, we will talk about this a little more sign by sign as we get into the monthly astrology. And just do remember, I talked briefly about Saturn. Saturn and Neptune are going to arrive in Aries about at the same time. Saturn is going to add some structure to this for 2.5 years. But as much as Saturn couldn't really find footing in Pisces, Saturn is in his fallen Aries, a sign that's much too fast. Remember, Aries is ruled by Mars, so things are just too fast. Saturn likes to take his time. So as much as he didn't have a lot of sway over Neptune and Pisces, he is not going to have much more over Neptune, but just will give us a bit of a basis. Then, of course, Saturn is going to move off. Pisces is going to, Neptune, I keep saying Pisces. Sorry, Neptune is going to stay in Aries for 12 years and will sit sextile to Uranus eventually in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. So really feeding into each other. It won't be too much work for us to be able to do this and to put this forth. So that's my thoughts, guys. Drop me a like, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about all this. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.